What's up, Internet? So, I am so excited about moving out into my car again. It's going to be fun. I did a Nissan Xterra before, and then I did uh, a Dodge Durango. And this time I'm going to be doing a Transit Connect. Um, I have some tools coming. I got to replace the motor mount. Um, the guy who sold it to me is a handyman. His house is immaculate and all the things in it is pretty much new, and he said he just didn't have time to replace the motor mount, which it does. It takes quite a few parts, and it is true. Like, I was trying to buy the vehicle from him for weeks, and he has like an hour every once in a while to see somebody. He's really busy, so he's like a teacher and a handyman on the side, and he has kids. So he and I connected though about like interests. It was kind of fun. He liked my scooter. I was showing him how the motor is in the wheel, and he was really impressed by that. So am I. Replacing the whole motor with basically the wheel housing spins around the axle due to the magnetic rotational force, which is way superior to an engine. That's why I got a used vehicle. I'm like, I don't want to lease a gas vehicle because all they need is a little bit tech revolution in electric. The electric is way better. Yeah, the wheels don't reinvent the wheels. So instead of having a motor and a transmission and all these axles and a drive shaft, each wheel is a motor, and the wheels themselves have a power coupling. And then that takes down the size of the vehicle to way, way, way smaller. And then you replace the power, you put like a solar panel up top. I'm totally down with like a van style tube with like solar panels. That's what I want soon. I hope some. I don't want to start a car company. They want success first, usually. What I could do is I could take holographic speed painting around to see if somebody wants to sponsor it, and then get an actual publisher. Because one of the reasons my numbers look bad is I'm not published. I have nobody financially backing me. I don't financially back it. So, um, anyway, I'm pretty excited about like the extra battery hookups and stuff. Uh, how to take power efficiently. You want to get to like I've got one of these. This is essential. If you're going camping, you need a camping battery. This is a battery and a jumper to jump your car in case it goes dead. So, um, basically, the idea is that you have the auxiliary going to a central battery, and that goes into a runoff to all of your devices. And so you can pretty much show up at a spot for 2 weeks, um, and you're not going to have to run the car once pretty much that whole time. I had done it bad before where it's like run it to cool off, run it to get the power back, and because you don't have enough energy. And this time is going to be different. So, um, I definitely like, I have struts now to lift the vehicle so I can use a jack to lift it and then put it on legs. So that's going to be a game changer for what type of work I can do on it myself. Um, an SUV, you can kind of climb under this. I have not. I'm too big to climb under it. I have to lift it up. Um, so yeah, that's. I have a bunch of parts coming today. Like, so the guy selling the vehicle was selling it for 4.9, and then he saw a lot of other people selling theirs for like between 6 and 10,000. So he upped the price. So since I knew the price at 4.9, he and I talked him down to 4.4. Yeah. What I said is the motor mount needs replacing. I don't know if that's all that's wrong with it. So yeah. I mean, the camping battery plus all the new parts like cleaning supplies, wrenches, the jack, the motor mount has three components. It's a transmission mount, two transmission mounts, and a motor mount. And so, yeah. I've never done it before, but they have my exact year and model and online, and I've seen videos of people doing it. Had to get a torque wrench. So, yeah. Basically, I'm planning on moving out and doing the road life again. Basically, for like 20 years. Yeah, I plan on leaving apartments entirely for about 20 years. Some of the feedback I have is take your headliner out and store your stuff above your head on magnets. Some things will knock themselves loose because they're too long and too heavy. Other things won't. There's a lot of things you can store above your head that are totally fine. Like I have these solar lights. They're great for replacing your interior lights. You put them out in the sun during the day, and at night you take them and hang them on the roof with the solar, and you'll never use light energy, right? So it's kind of fun. Definitely for human beings, being able to have battery travel is really unique. Um, yeah, I'm excited for it. There's like another thing is I want to do like, oh yeah, I went through Los Angeles a bunch of times. I was never told I got tickets, but apparently like I went in 2000 and 2022. Apparently I got 3 tickets during that time. I didn't know about it. So, yeah. It didn't affect my ability. It did raise my insurance a little bit, but it didn't affect my ability to get a. I think my insurance did go up quite a lot. I gotta. I'm gonna keep this insurance for like the whole month period that I'm paying for it, but eventually I'm gonna cancel it and get something else, get something cheaper. I don't get in accidents. I haven't had any accidents. It didn't affect my ability to get my registration though. So yeah, you just gotta find the cheapest you have. Getting a tow sucks. It's gonna be cool if I can keep my scooter with me, because then technically I can go to town to get parts if I have to. I've broken down outside of town twice. In like the 5 years I did it, I broke down 2 times. One was a flat, and the other was it only 2 times? It was 3 times. Yeah, one was a flat, then it was like the engine died. I really, on reflection, I had used Lucas, and that will make your energy die. Lucas is a scam product. It'll clean your engine but leaves a residue that makes you need more Lucas. And so I didn't know that, and I had used it, and then my engine died. It works a little bit, and then you'll kill your engine. And they just sell that stuff. Talk about, yeah, so corrupt. Anyway, the third time that it died was that's when I replaced it and I got the Durango. And then the Durango died when the transmission failed. The transmission lasted a long time before it failed. Um, yeah, definitely I wasn't flushing the fluids. That's something you gotta do is do all the fluids. So, yeah. I always thought it's just like, yeah, just take the freaking oil pan drain off and that's all you have to do. Nah, you have to unplug a bunch of other stuff, which I didn't know about. Oh well. Yeah, the gas motor thing is messy, toxic, impossible. I'm really looking forward to just simple electric batteries and some motors on wheels. That would be great. Who cares if you need a key for your wheels? May as well have a key for your wheels. Replace the. Even the Tesla has like a motor on an axle, which isn't good enough. You should have a motor. You should have your motor inside your wheels and have a lightweight frame made out of plastic or whatever that can easily, and then you can change the velocity to each wheel independently, and then you have a very natural non-axle. You have a type of four-wheel drive that isn't axial, and then that's way superior. Yeah, a four-wheel drive that's not dependent on axis, like turning an axle, is way better. And they're far from doing that. They need someone to do that. I need someone to do that. I need a car maker to notice that's an opportunity and give a shit. Yeah, if I was to do cars right now, I would make the most. It doesn't even include seats. You have to buy the seats afterward, but it would be basically the metal tube and the motors and the battery you need. And then everything's aftermarket. Do you want a radio? I don't. I don't want a radio or Bluetooth or speakers. I shouldn't have to pay for that. And if I want a Bluetooth and speakers, it should be easy to add it. There should be a spot for me to put it in, right? Like a magnetic interface. So yeah, I would have like a zero safety. Let it be known that I don't follow any safety paradigms. It's a steel box, right? And if you want seats or passengers or more power, you have to add it yourself. That would be cool. You want more power, you have to take the whole wheel off. Remove the wheel for, yeah, that would be awesome. But yeah, that's the vlog. I have, like, I saved, he wanted 4.9, then he rose it to 5.4 because people were selling it for 6 or 10, between 6,000 and 10,000. And I talked him down to 4.4. And then I've spent probably about $400 to $500 on new parts, just like wrenches. I got thread glue, thread lock. The motor mount only cost $60. So it's like $60 for that, but everything else I need to be able to do the work ended up costing like $400 total. Yeah, it's not too bad. And the good news is if I keep all that stuff, I might be able to do all the work I need for it on my own. So yeah, it would be super cool to be able to order like a car part to AutoZone or whatever, and then go pick it up, get an Uber, pick it up, do the work myself, and then I don't have to get it towed again. Yeah. I do like the brand of vehicle I got because nobody complained about the motors or the transmissions, but the mounts go bad because it's like a rubber. It's a weird rubber. So you have to replace the mounts, which is not incredibly hard. It's actually like 4 or 5 screws each, maybe like 10 total. So, and then it's like fixed. So yeah, a V4 lightweight. Hey, I had a V6 and a V8. V8 was huge. That was a huge ass engine. V4. Now you're talking. Everything you do in a V4 is way cheaper. It's not as hard to work. So, do you need to go 80 miles an hour pulling a huge load? Can you go 55 and take a while to get there? But it's nothing compared to an electric solar van. See, that's going to be really cool is when the van's electricity can be pulled from solar. I would even take a bicycle one. You can sit in the front seat and cycle to generate electricity. That does it. Like, I have a hand crank from Japan that will absolutely fry anything. If the voltage is wrong, it'll turn white and jet sparks and catch fire in seconds. So if I can put out that type of energy, certainly you could build a receiver that could take a manual input like pedaling or rotation. The problem is that they want to hook you up to like this mainframe. Your Tesla is supposed to take 40 minutes to charge. Can't I cycle in the front seat for 40 minutes? Can you make a Flintstone mobile? It's not a terrible idea. But the problem is I'm a man and Elon's trying to breed. And so nobody who's a man is going to listen to me because I might take their shit or whatever. And I hate it. I just wish I'm an artist. I will get you cool ideas. I will bring nice ideas to you. The gate opened, but it's just the wind. Waiting on the delivery. It's one of the reasons I'm making the vlog is I'm just waiting on a delivery. But yeah. Avapow. These are really useful. There was a girl who does van life on TikTok, and she thought she needed a new car because her battery died. Nah, you just need this. Those young kids don't know shit. Yeah. This will jump anything. I'm glad I didn't get anything on a lease. Being able to pay for it, 4,000 used. And it was a pretty good deal. People with similar miles and people with similar years, even people with worse miles and worse years, were asking like 6,000 to 10,000, and I'm only asking It's got under 200,000 miles by quite a bit. So, hey, where I'm going to spend the summer as soon as I leave this place is only like 200 miles away. I won't be driving like thousands of miles a year. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And it's kind of fun, like taking rent. My rent is $850, right? So you can take rent, and as soon as I'm not paying that, how much am I saving? It's a lot of money. So, yeah. I even plan on getting back into gambling because I'm really lucky. I've got quadruple Sagittarius. I'm like the permanent bachelor. I am a big philosopher, and I'm a really good gambler. I am a really good gambler. I've walked in and out of casinos winning. Every time I've been to a casino, I walked out with more money than I walked in. So, yeah. Holographic money. I don't like the God money because of circumcision. You would cut pieces off babies? I want to cancel that. Yeah, that's not right. Didn't fall off on its own. You're a criminal. Yeah. So, anyway, holographic money replaces these faced people with you in your life, and it's got a leak in for basic income, and it caps the government pay. So the government's doing what they do to be of service, and what they're doing, they'll go on the money. The only way to have your life on more money is to be in the government, but it caps your pay. You're not, so the money's scarce. The money's scarce, plus the spot auction outvent, the money will stay scarce. It's tied with labor because it's with the government, and it takes care of people's social needs efficiently. Instead of paying all these organizations to service people, you're wasting people's time. You just pay the people directly, which they'll like and appreciate a lot more. You'll have more loyal people. Yeah, holographic money is my idea. I'm kind of not running for president. I don't really care about winning it the way they set it up because I see it as rigged. There's this great Star Trek episode. If you can't win, cheat. If the people who rigged the game so they would win, you don't have to play the game the way the rules are. If they cooked the rules so no one but them would succeed, you don't owe them obedience. You can just cancel it. Nah, I'm not playing debt money. I'm not. So anyway, yeah, when I start saving money, I'll get back into gambling. Gonna try to play something every week or whatever. Take all that extra money and try to win a roll. So yeah. Yeah, my package is coming between now and 8. So anytime, but it's so much stuff. It's like 30 items, all car related. So yup. Oh, I got a hose too, so I'll be able to wash it. I'm gonna take the passenger seat out. I'm gonna make that whole side a stuff repository. It's gonna be cool. Alright, thanks for listening.